We're also very excited to be honored as a Killer Content Award winner. Employer brand is how they market themselves to potential employees. And we all know marketing is so important for your products. It's also really important for those candidates that you're trying to reach who are going to be developing those products. But I love Dummies guides, and they really simplify topics that might apply to your own audience. So we thought that this was a good platform to use as a campaign. And the goals that we had when going into it were really to simplify this topic for HR and recruiters. Recruiters are pretty new to employer branding. It's, like I said, it's a pretty new term, and they're putting on a marketing hat. Some of you guys might be called in to your recruiters asking for advice. So we really wanted to simplify it and have a how-to guide. We also wanted a great handout for trade shows. And let me tell you, this thing at trade shows goes like hotcakes. People love it. And what better way to give them a book to read on the plane as they're going home? We also wanted the book to provide best practices for employers, leverage it on webinars. We wanted this content to be utilized every which way that we could. And we also wanted to solidify Glassdoor as the topic expert in this category. But the great thing about Wiley & Sons is they are a partner every step of the way. And you have an editor over there helping you with the dummy style, and it really was a great process. We had 4 review rounds, 3 in Word docs. Those are when you can make the most changes. And 1 when it was in a PDF. And that's when you kind of got to button up and not make too many changes. We wanted to have a foreword by a thought leader, and I've heard a lot of this today, that partnering up with a thought leader can be really helpful as you develop content, because you can kind of get inside your head at your own company, but we have this product and know that it applies to this, but having a thought leader really look at it from a high level and say, hey, I think you missed this aspect, or you could incorporate this, was really, really helpful. Not only that, thought leaders typically have big social following, so he also was a true partner in promoting the book and getting it out for us. He also did a video for us, which was super cool. We put that on all of our landing pages. I think it was about a minute or so, but just talking about the topic and why this book was important. We ran webinars on the book because this simplified the topic. It was really easy to splice up into webinar format. We did emails, both internal and to external lists, so to our own database and also other databases with our audience. Blog posts, you can never do enough blog posts, I think, and since this is like 7 ebooks, you could do as many blog posts as you want on each individual topic. I also did external blog posts. Anytime anybody asked me to write about the book, I was always happy to do a blog post on it. Results from this whole campaign, it was our top performing Glassdoor ebook out of 15 ebooks in 2014, which was massive. It's also our top performing ebook already in 2015, which is also great. And it contributed 27% of all content leads, 28% of all pipeline from content, and 48% of all closed revenues out of 15 ebooks. So huge success for us. The webinar also closed 2 deals almost immediately and had 7 more in the pipeline. Key takeaways and lessons learned, which I'm sure everybody wants to know from all of our campaigns, what worked, what didn't. So these are mine. Give yourself more than 12 weeks. Once we decided to do this, we had 12 weeks to get it done. And like I said, this is 8 ebooks. It's a lot of content, and we really wanted to get it right. And a lot of people were involved running those review rounds, so it was tedious. Give yourself more than 12 weeks if you can. I know that sounds like a lot to some people, but with all the back and forth, if you can do it, do it. Provide plenty of time for review rounds. And you also probably want to run those by as many people as possible. So if you can give yourself time, do it. And then get sign-off on the outline by all stakeholders before drafting the book. I think this is important because as you get later in the review cycles, I kept being like, oh, I didn't run it by so-and-so. Maybe I should run it by him or her. Get sign-off by everyone you think that could possibly be involved going into it. I'm going to apply that actually for a lot of other things that I do this year. And train sales to speak and share the asset and keep it easy. I know we have some sales reps in the room and they're awesome, but they're so busy. So if you can draft tweets for them, if you can draft how to share on LinkedIn, how to share on Twitter, Facebook, however you want it. Just keep it simple and train them on the high level, like this is how you should talk about the book. And then pick a launch date for everything to go live. I know I covered a ton of components, but pick a date and have, assign whoever you need to do what, and have a day that you turn that volume up and turn everything live.